Green looks set to be next season's hottest colour after London Fashion Week kicked off with a collection of eco-fashion. Using the Aesthetica Catwalk show as a platform, the UK Sustainability Minister, Lord Philip Hunt, launched the scheme to make fashion less damaging to the environment. All eyes then turned to the Black Noir collection, showcasing luxury sustainable fashion.
Well, the UK has always been a leading country in fashion design. We have some of the most brilliant clothes that are designed in the UK. And now we've got sustainable clothing, equally brilliant design, and we're going to show the world that sustainable clothing is great. Great because it contributes to a good and decent climate and society, and great because the clothes themselves are brilliant to wear.
The UK's clothing and textile sector produces around 3.1 million tonnes of CO2 a year, with 1.5 million tonnes of unwanted clothing ultimately ending up in landfill. More than 300 members of the UK fashion industry, from farmer to retailer, have committed to take action, including high street giants Tesco and Marks & Spencer.
The whole supply chain for clothing is very, very big indeed. It starts in countries where cotton will be farmed, and we want to make sure that farming is less intensive, so they don't use so many chemicals and fertilizers. We want to make sure that they don't use child labor, and that the people who work in those industries are dealt with fairly. We want to make sure that when clothing is retailed, that people have information so they know where it comes from, how it's been produced, is it sustainable. And when people give up their clothing, when they don't want to wear it anymore, we want to make sure that they don't just throw it away in the bin, that it's recycled or it's used by other people.
Designer Peter Ingerson creates all the clothes for his Noir label, ensuring high levels of workers' rights and UN standards of environmental protection. His aim is to show how luxurious fashion can be successfully combined with corporate social responsibility.
I think that Peter Ingerson and Noir is a good example of a crossover label. I mean, he comes from a very mainstream background, and he has devoted the last few years of his life to being as sustainable as he possibly can. It's obviously very difficult, and some labels are choosing to be more sustainable than they are design-led, and vice versa. The whole point is that we are merging towards a side of the industry, an alternative of the industry that will cater to both the most outrageous fashionistas' needs, but also to the person that has a conscience.
At a time where climate change, recycling and garment worker exploitation are key issues, London Fashion Week 2009 demonstrates that collections can be eco-friendly. And with a concerted effort, the UK industry can help change the face of fashion.